Hmm. What's going on, Queens? I hope you all are feeling as good as me. Today is a beautiful day and it feels great outside. I can't wait for me and the kids to get out there, get in the sun, and have some fun. I am coming in here though to have a sensitive conversation, and I'm actually allowing this one to stream on YouTube as well. And even though this taps into mindset, I am going to put this under community because it this is going to deal with some reasons why we fail, why we struggle to get along, go along, and do much more than we can. And so, Black women, we have some issues, and some of you are more new to the community than others. And so, let me just make sure that I set the record straight. This community was created for Black women and women of color for us to progress, but we can't progress if we don't decide to tackle our shit. And that's just real. And so, this community, what it's going to look like and what it's going to feel like is really exciting, but sometimes it's going to be hard. And only the ones who are in it for the long haul and really want to jump into what relationship building looks like will be able to stomach, you know what I'm saying? Be able to stomach actually being in this community because you may not, excuse me, you may not agree with my stance, but you will definitely be touched by my topics. And so you're welcome to always dialogue or put something else different into the comments or even just do your own thread. But we also got to talk about our issues. And our issues are killing us because we are so busy hating ourselves and we look at another queen and there's always a point of comparison. We could say that we've arrived and that we're woke and that Black is beautiful and that Black women are made out of all of these wonderful things, but then I have noticed in the industry we share the least and we spend with each other the least. Okay, we share the least and we spend with each other the least. I put a video up, and one of the community members who started her journey as an author said that when she first started her journey, it was difficult for her to find a sister that was willing to share anything. She ended up being around white women and Hispanic women who gave her free information and direction for her to catapult her business. But yet, and still, right now in this season, I know that she is specifically working with Black women. She's also a speaker in the summit to help them get to their next level of greatness and get their story out on paper. I know that for me, when I started this journey, I initially was going to work with a sister. And when the shit hit the fan, we won't get into the details of that. I remember saying to her, look, this is where the miscommunication is. This is why this situation isn't going to work for me. But, I still appreciate you. I respect you. Maybe down the line, we'll be able to do. She's like, please know that going forward, I would never ever want to work with you. And I'm like, so we'll see on my way up. And unfortunately, you may not even be coming down, but you're so arrogant and haughty. I can see somewhere in the future, you're going to want to work with me. But if you did it to me, you did it to so many other people. I don't know how many toes you just stepped on, but I ain't going to even want to work with you. That's that bitter taste that she left in my mouth. And so what did I end up doing? I ended up working with somebody that was white. You know what I'm saying? And that's where my journey began. Now, they ain't crispy clean because y'all know my journey. And some of them, they really, really got me. They really, really, really got me for my money and I got played. But at the end of the day, here I am. And I am advocating very hard for Black women to get in position, to be authentic, to run your business, to step into your greatness and your power. And part of how we get there is by being in unity with one another and making ourselves the priority first. And so why do I call this stop comparing? Because a lot of you all, we've got to get back to our cultural roots of understanding that every single person has value. When we get back to that place that every single person has value, we won't look at a gardener any different than we do a doctor. Because see, that doctor may have an actual skill that if you need to be quote unquote touched, if you need to be cut, and have some type of advanced surgery, the gardener may not be able to do that. But maybe the gardener, if you tap into them, has the food and the knowledge of how to give you living food for you to maintain your life so that you don't have to see the doctor that often. And so we have gotten into this place because over here, doing things the way good old United States of America does it, whether we want to admit it or not, we equate success to money. We equate success to how someone looks and they feel. And that's why so many of you waste your money on websites, business cards, pop-up screens, stuff like that. And you don't even have an established business. You're not getting called to do speaking gigs. Nobody's clicking your link or going where you are to even entertain the offers that you have. And so you're spending your money and your time in places that you should not. So I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of ever doing this. I speak on things that I have worked with women through and that I have worked through myself. It could be a combination of the two or one or the other. But I have a client who I call Encyclopedia Brown. Now, this woman is extremely intelligent. She has a PhD, everything she's ever done. She always has honors and the top grades. She's traveled the world. She's been to, if it's not 14, more than at least 16 countries. She's monolingual. I mean, not monolingual. She is multilingual. She is very well versed in African tradition. She knows a lot of things that I just don't know. But if I looked at her and I compare myself to her, or vice versa, I wouldn't have been good enough to be her coach. And for me, I wouldn't have been good enough to be her coach. You understand what I'm saying? Because we do that sometimes, like she got a whole doctorate degree while she can't figure it out herself. Or dag, man, she got a doctorate degree. I don't really think she would want to work with me. So we do that. My first coach, my first real coach that showed me love, that showed me compassion, that really pulled me in, was a woman by the name of Stacey Walker. Now, let me be real transparent and cool, but this is her experience. When I first saw Stacey and she did her first summit, I saw the vision. I knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted something that was sincere and that was real to give to women in business, especially moms. It was the Ambitious Mom Summit, so that they could be able to have a wherewithal within to enjoy and endure this entrepreneurial journey. But when I tell you that she had technological glitch after technological glitch, stuff was stuff was all over the place. It was all over the place, but I still hired her to be my coach and to teach me how to do summits, because regardless of what was happening, and yeah, we could go back and look at where some of it she could have prepared better to, and some things it's just like technology is going to be what it's going to be. I saw her heart, I saw her vision, and she still had expertise in an area that I did not have it. So all I said was, hey, how do I work with you? What it costs? Let's do what it do. And we work with each other, and that kicked me off, and I started doing summits, and I moved on. But if I had looked at her and tried to dig to find out things about her, I never would have worked with her. Now, in retrospect, because she was in my summit last year where we were disclosing our journey, I knew that she had been through some things. I did not know she dropped out of high school. She went to go get her GED, not even realizing that she actually graduated. And she, at one season, worked as a stripper. And she used to be addicted to drugs. And if it wasn't for being in jail, she wouldn't have possibly even went and got her rehabilitation. That's a hell of a story. I found that out now. I started working with her in 2017. And if I know what I knew then, I still would have worked with her, because like I told you, what was going on with her production, people could have overanalyzed it instead of seeing the pureness of the heart. And see, that's what we've got to get back to. Her expertise was there. I had to look beyond the glitches and see the glory. I had to look beyond the glitches and see the glory in her spirit, in her heart, and in her mind. And so many of us as Black women, we don't work well together because we make sure that we always trip off of what somebody has better than us or what they do better than us. And you don't even realize it. Because many of you all have conversation where instead of just always celebrating, you compare. Instead of just celebrating, you compare. You can't say, "Oh, girl, you wearing them earrings." You have to say, "Oh, girl, you wearing them earrings. I wish I could do that, but them kind of earrings just don't look good on me." It might seem petty, and every once in a while it coming out, it's okay. But when a person habitually does that, that is letting you know that there is a potential conscious and subconscious glitch in their mind where they are always examining what you do and looking at what they're doing and not just celebrating what they're doing and celebrating what you're doing. And so we can only go so far with people, and we don't get to maximize relationships to the degree that we can because we compare. I didn't say we can't do it at all. Peep game, I said you end up missing out on something because you tarnish the relationship. So it's no different than you having to learn how to accept the compliment. Remember, one of our other big issues is somebody can't say to me, "Ooh, girl, that's a nice hair wrap." And instead of being like, "Ooh, okay, thank you," I'm feeling groovy, I'm feeling myself. We have to be like, "Oh, okay, I tried, I figured that I probably could have did a better job, but this was good enough to go with for now." Or, "Ooh, this old rag," or, "Ooh, this weave old," or, "Ooh, this makeup this," or whatever it is. So I need you all to examine yourselves. Examine the words that come out of your mouth and look and see what's really going on with your heart. Because many of you are going to miss opportunities to get the expertise that you need. And if for some reason you say, "August, this is a great topic. However, sometimes with my sisters, we fall into the trap of the stereotype that this why you can't work with Black business because they're unprofessional, they don't have their stuff together, so on and so forth." If you are in the authentic collective community, then that means that you also need to grow a set of balls and be able to look at another woman and say, "You know what? I want you to know something. I want to work with you. However, I have this issue." You have to learn how to season your words with salt, take your time going into the delivery, and then offering a word of encouragement and with the correction, right? Offer encouragement with the correction. Don't just come in and be like, "Oh, okay, I can't do this with you because boo boo." You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there. That's your nugget for today. Let's have a dialogue around this though, because it's real. It's real. The way that we are looking at each other is hindering some of our blessings, and we have plenty of genius around us every day and all day. So this is your girl, August Crenshaw. I'm out. Deuces.